The Black Ops 4 Zombies hype train hit full steam the other day with the release of our first Black Ops 4 Zombies teaser. It's this poster right here, and it really is fascinating. There's a lot of zombie juiciness to uncover from this poster, and everybody's getting excited, diving back into the zombie spirit of digging through things and deciphering meaning. And I wanted to make a video today discussing the poster. However, I'm not going to be going the same normal route that everybody else has. A lot of people have done a lot of great work deciphering this poster, especially all of the symbols, so I'm not really going to be treading into that territory too much. If you'd like to know, these symbols that are on this poster are different symbols for alchemy. They each mean a different thing. People found this by going through a lot of really old books, translating a bit of French, and that's how they figured out what these symbols mean. I'll put a link down in the description where you guys can find out the meaning of these symbols. I don't want to go into that too much. Instead, I want to talk about the current theory with this poster and why I'm not really too big a fan of this theory. The current theory right now is that this is actually in the poster King Baldwin IV, the Leper King, the King of Jerusalem. Baldwin IV was the King of Jerusalem. He was coronated in the year 1174, and he actually fought in the Crusades with some of the Knights Templar from France. A lot of people looked at this and they see this man, he's wearing a mask, and he has all of these scars on him, which wouldn't be too dissimilar from somebody who had leprosy. And King Baldwin II did wear a mask during his reign, and he fought alongside some of the Knights Templar in the Crusades. People then linked this with Primus, who fought in the Great War, and said, well, maybe that's who's in this poster. It isn't a bad theory, and I see the connections. I'm just not convinced, because I think I have a better theory in mind. There are figures within the zombie storyline who have already been informally introduced to us that I think would better fit this situation. We were first introduced to them in Shadows of Evil. They were talking about our characters. We had this cipher that, when solved, read, "Although they have discovered the way, Primus will fail." And it was kind of strange. It was like, all right, who's talking about our characters in this abstract sense? And then there was another. M is interested in these worthless beings. All of his work will be undone. Who's ever writing this cipher is somebody who knows Monty, who knows about his work, who knows about his history, all of the things he's accomplished. This isn't, say, Dr. Maxis or Richtofen, who doesn't quite know or understand who Monty is to the fullest extent. This is somebody who is very well aware of who Monty is. Somebody who most likely is on the same level as Monty, if not maybe potentially higher than Monty in terms of significance to our zombies universe. This is somebody talking about Monty, which is interesting. It implies that there are other beings like Monty. There's also another cipher that, when solved, reads, "The elders will continue to seed space and time. I must lead them to a place they cannot see." This was the first time we ever learned about the elders, and since then, we've hardly learned anything new about the elders. We don't really know much about the elders at all. I mean, I've talked about them in previous videos, but they kind of just introduce the elders and then drop them. And it kind of begs the question, maybe this person in the poster is one of our first glimpses at the elder. It could be, or one of the elders. It's not impossible. Why would they introduce us to these characters if they're not going to ever bring them up? One of the things Jason likes to do is tease us about things, or introduce ideas, or leave ends untied and then come back to them years later. So maybe he left this loose end about the elders, these beings greater than Monty, and it's because he wants to return to them in Black Ops 4. In Black Ops 4, we want to stop Monty. Monty will most likely be one of the main antagonists in this storyline. We don't know exactly why. There's still so much to learn about Black Ops 4, but it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that Monty is one of the antagonists. So maybe we go to one of the elders for help, and this elder is who we see in the poster. It could be. We also have another character in the zombie storyline who seems to be pretty mystical or pretty magical that we haven't actually had much interaction with, and this is Newton. Remember Newton from Newton's Cookbook? It was a place where you can go and make some new gobblegums. It was a great addition to Black Ops 3, and it kind of went unnoticed and slept upon in terms of its storyline significance because it came out in the middle of Infinite Warfare. But Newton could be a character that is an elder and potentially on the same level as Monty. I mean, even in Newton's cookbook, it even has the word alchemical there, which implies that we're creating these gobblegums through alchemy. And there's a very alchemist vibe going on in Newton's cookbook. And then we have all these alchemy symbols within the poster. So maybe, just maybe, this person that we're seeing in the poster is not Baldwin IV, but actually our first look at Newton from Newton's cookbook. That's my right now theory, because to me, I'm just not really sure how Baldwin IV would fit into the greater scheme of the zombie storyline, or even be so relevant that he would need his own poster. To me, it just seems more likely that Jason would leave these seeds that he would reap later in the future. He would introduce us to these characters called the Elders, give us this idea that there could be beings just as powerful, if not more powerful, than Monty, and then also introduce us to a character, Newton, not really give us much information, and then finally return to it in Black Ops 4. And this poster could be our first return to Newton. That's my theory right now. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you guys still think it's Baldwin IV, or where do you land on this Newton theory? That's at least what I think about it right now. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, maybe subscribe for more. I'm always going to be covering Call of Duty Zombies, so if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy the next one. Have a wonderful day, and bye.